What is up, team? Chuck with Traders War Room, and I'm back at you with another video. Listen, this is your end of week wrap up, man. We're going to talk about what the stock market did on Friday, what it didn't do, what plays hit, what plays didn't hit. We're going to look at some things that we're swinging into Monday, and we're going to look at some things that we should probably keep our eye on because they are primed to pop and there's a lot of buzz about them. Well, what I need you to do right now is hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I need you guys to come along with us on the journey, man. Listen, hit the description tab. There are tons of tools and tidbits to make you a more successful trader there. Listen, the end goal, and I tell you guys this since the very beginning of it, has always been to be better prepared today than we were yesterday, and that takes you to get involved and you to do your own due diligence, okay? So, as always, if that sounds good and you're ready to rock it with me, then all I got to say is follow me, and let's go to war together, team. Hey team, Traders War Room wants to remind you, the viewer, that all content on this channel is for entertainment and education purposes only. You are responsible for every decision you make. Always have fun, but use caution, and always, always, always go to war. Hey team, just wanted to highlight this real quick, man. The Chuck Food Trades Discord bot is fully functional and ready to be on your server. If you're interested in getting my trades real time on your particular server, or you got a friend that has a server, man, DM me and let's get down to business. All right, team, enough marketing crap. Let's get to some stock stuff, okay? The buzz report, what was hot and what is not in the stock market currently. Let's go. As you see, here's how your markets closed on Friday. Everything was up, everything's green. The 10-year bond yield kind of stayed the same. So definitely a strong close for the market to close out the Friday. All right, and your market movers, man, a lot of buzz around Lucid and Apple, okay? They were popping off hard, man. Some top gainers. Didn't really pay attention to many of these except for EQOS and AIRS. Top losers, HUDI, OG, CDNA, and BEST. All right, now let's talk about some news, okay? Exxon posts strongest results since 2017. Oil related, okay? U.S. consumers spending strong, robust wage gains. All right, like that. Oil and gas rally boost Chevron's quarterly. Okay, another oil thing, man. You guys are taking notes. Oil next week. GameStop chief operating officer leaves 7 months. Okay, interesting. Wall Street shakes off Amazon, Apple weakness to end modestly higher. All right, let's go back to this Exxon and oil type of story, man. This got my attention, all right? So let's see if we can find something. So they're talking about here, resume share buybacks from, times where they weren't making as much money. They got a lot more profit coming in. They're talking about upside surprise with the buyback program, refining gains. They're also talking about their clean energy initiative here. So that goes in with that Biden administration plan. So all in all, we're really paying attention to oil next week because you have two juggernauts hitting hard. But as we look at the entire industry, we got some idea on how it's been performing, okay? Oil and gas refinery, I want you guys to pay attention to some of these tickers, okay? Klein is one of those that's been known to move pretty good. We got VTNR, that's been known to move pretty good. So some of these are going to do well, some of these aren't, but we need to pay attention to this because that's two headlining stories talking about oil, and oil, big juggernaut companies were kicking hard come Friday close. And these are the oil and gas ones. Now, you'll see some similar ones or some duplicate ones, but it's okay. But some of these are in oil and refinery, and some of these in oil and gas. But definitely we're paying attention. We see TELL. Man, that's been a popular ticker, and it's cheap. We could definitely see some upward pressure on that coming in the next week. Here's how you see your sector performance. We got the 5-day up there. Noticing some changes and some things going on, and we see the 1-day got a couple that we had green: communication services, infotech, healthcare, S&P 500. But I'm interested in financials, energy, and utilities moving into next week. So definitely going to keep an eye on those, and those are going to be heavily on the watch list. All right, and we got the orders filled by Fidelity customers. Now remember, I use Fidelity, but you can manage this with any type of big name broker, and it pretty much is going to be the same. Lucid and Apple, we're kicking off hard. There's some good upward pressure with Amazon. Tesla's kind of 50-50. I see some negative pressure probably because of its pop this week, but I'm interested in this AMC down here, especially with that GameStop news. AMC, I'm interested to see what happens with this next week, and I'm thinking that we're probably going to see a jump. So definitely watch out for volatility, but AMC has my eye next week. All right, the alert review. Okay, so let's talk about what went on, man. What did we win on? What did we lose on? So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, and here's our recap of everything we got into, okay? Now, all in all, we had 34 trades, 16 wins, 8 losses, and 10 of those trades were swinging. Total win rate, 67%, a little bit lower than I like to be. I like to keep it above that 70%, but we did have some losses that we had to cover, and that ends up as just part of the game, okay? All in all, though, we ended up with $4.54 premium per one contract. If you got into every contract, that comes out to $454 profit on the green side, taking that to the bank if you got in with at least one contract of every ticker that we put out there. That's not too bad. I will take that money compared to the loss that we had any day of the week, and we still came out hugely on top over everything that got into. So let's talk about some of the losses that we took. All right, and here's some of the trades that we alerted, but the contracts ended worthless, man. We averaged down as low as we could get it, but ultimately these expired worthless because they just couldn't keep up and catch enough steam to come back into the profit side. UPS, that was a killer, man, because we went on a put because we thought it was going to dip before the earnings call, and that thing just skyrocketed. AMD, another one, man, it was like popping and locking. It wanted to go, and then it just wouldn't go. It just kept kind of floating down and then coming up and floating down. Snap was another one, man. We had like a Disney moment. If you remember a couple weeks ago, Disney was just like wanting to go, and then the following week it popped. I'm thinking the same thing with Snap. It's going to pop next week, which is why we got into another trade. Target, I don't know what happened with Target. I'm going to have to look at it, but we're going to review the charts and see what we got. All right, first up with UPS, man, they killed earnings and they gapped up hard. Now, you do see that gap there, so definitely gaps tend to fill, and we see that's been coming down a little bit since its rise up to the $220 area. So that 212 area, that's an important area for us, okay? If on Monday it goes down below there and it closes below there, I believe we're on our way down to kind of cover up that gap. Now, it may not be a long cover up. It might just be a shot down and then a rise back up. But definitely, if we can close between $212 and below, I do think that we're going to go down and we're going to cover that distance from $210 to $205. Now, this is why I'm so bullish on Snap, man. Look at that huge gap, okay? There's a huge gap between $60.74 and $73.87. And we have an inside bar that we closed in on Friday, okay? So those are our trigger points. Remember, inside bar, we have trigger points, all right? So 51.95 is our lower level. If it goes below that level and it closes below that level, we should probably start thinking that maybe a put is in order for a short-term play. But because we're at such a bottom and our volume has started to increase since it dropped, I do believe that we're going to start seeing this go up, and 54.93 should be our top level trigger. And if we get above that and we start closing above that, then we should start to fill that gap between the 60.74 over and the 73.87 over time. AMD, like, again, man, there was no real reason for AMD to do as poorly as it was doing. Had great earnings, great future growth. I just think people were taking a cool down, and they had been in since, the 90s, and they were just profit taking. So that's all the reason I think it came down. I don't think anything other than that. Definitely, we got some trigger levels. So we got 118.79 at the bottom, and we got 122.56 at the top, okay? We want to see it close above 122.56 to start thinking more bullish in the near term. But if we start to see it creep down and close below 118.79, then we might be thinking that there's another cool off period, and then we probably are headed down to close to $115 before the next eventual jump. And Target, man, again, dude, I don't understand what happened to Target, man. It was killing it, dude. But all I can think of is it was just some profit taking, some consolidation going on, because our little channel we got there, 256.34 and 261.45, we got a nice little channel that is trading inside there currently. Now, I do like to see this go up. I think that if we can get above 261.45 and clear it and close fully above there, we're going to be on to newer and greater things, because with Christmas around the corner, I'm sure investors are wanting to get in because people are going to be shopping in, Black Friday and things of that nature are just around the corner. So I am bullish on Target. I think it's going to continue to stay in this channel for a little bit, but like I said, if we see it get above 261.45 and we see it close above that, then that should be a signal that it's breaking the channel onto the outside. or onto the upside, sorry. All right, now looking here, here's some of the swing plays that we got into, and I can't cover all these charts in this video, but we're gonna look at some of the ones that I really got my eye on for next week. First up, Apple. And of course, you guys know I love Apple. And we got in the blue lines, we got where we closed and where we bottomed out, that kind of the range of the day. But I got in the red some of the trigger points that I think we might hit if we can open up above 149.67 and close above there. I think 152.59 is possible on our way up. But if we end up going down and we close below 146.35, I believe 144.84 will be the next check before we see if we have a rise from the bottom or if we're starting to make a new low. GM, I like GM going into next week. You got the yellow box there showing a gap, and in the orange lines, that's where gap level's at between 55.60 and 57.06. Right now, we're at 54.43, and our bottom level's 53.59. So if we open up and we start heading below 53.59 and we close below there, I think that we're going to see a bearish type of play for that day and maybe another day before we see a reversal. However, if we can close above that 54.43 and start to head towards the 55.60, I believe we might be looking at a gap up to fill that gap and close above 57.06. And probably the best looking chart in this whole swing group that we have, PLTR, man. Look at that nice formation that we got there, a steady kind of rise up. It has some cool down periods, but man, we got a steady, nice curve heading upwards. I believe that 26.98, if we can open and close above this 25.88 area, I think 26.98 is definitely attainable, and that would be the next place of resistance before we see if it can surpass that or if we got a cool down period. And remember, our stock of the week was DWAC, and we started seeing some downside pressure from its huge, crazy move up to 175. But we also started seeing a little bit of higher going up to 67.75. So I'm interested to see what this does next week. If I was a betting man, I would be betting that we'll probably see a little bit more downside, as I think kind of the craze and unless we get something heavy as far as PR is concerned, the craze and the money is going to be tied up in some other things. So for me, I'm betting that this will probably go down from the 67.75 area. Some sympathy plays that are associated with DWAC. We got PHUN, definitely seen some downside on there from its huge jump up to $24. And another one, BENE, okay? Now remember, these are all tied to DWAC because they either have, in the work type of business relationship, or we got some, CEOs and some top level management that are associated with DWAC. So, but this one again, going towards the downside from its huge run from where it was up to 1890. So definitely see some downside for both FUN and BENE next week. You guys already know, man, we're out there with the Market Coalition, man. And while I want you to check out my server and I'm promoting my server, I cannot not talk about my friends, man. So I want you to check these guys as well, because we're over there on their platforms doing a dang thing, and we're all learning, growing, sharing together. So check these guys out. I'm over there on Dedicated Investors with my boy Brendan, Machete and Crazy, man, doing great things for a lot of people over there. Come check us out at Dedicated Investors. I'm also over there with my bot on the Chris Sane Discord, man. Chart Zaddy, Mario, they over there. We're out there every single day killing it with stocks, options, crypto, talking lingo, everything, man. So check out his Discord as well. And while I highlight other people, man, because, it's not just about me out there, you always have to have friends helping you out, making sure that you can go out there and kill it every single day. I do want you to check it out at TWR, man. The Discord link there, that's a live link. You guys can check it out, write it down. Come see us over there, man. We're doing great things, and we got a lot in store, okay? We just hit our 1 month anniversary, and November's going to kick off with a bang. Lots of new things for you guys to do over there. We're going to grow, share, and we're going to learn how to trade the stock market and make money all together. So I hope you come see us over there. And remember, this is what it's all about, man. We're creating that true one-stop shop for all traders. Now, remember, at Traders War Room, we look at the stock market like it's a war zone. The stocks and the sectors, those are our battles. We're doing it together as a team, okay? If that sounds good, then I need you to hit that like, share, subscribe, and I need you to come over to the Discord and check us out on all the other social media links, okay? We are out there. We're ready to rock. And if that sounds good and you're ready to rock with us, then all I got to say to you is follow me and let's go to war.